We are on page 162. We left off on page number 8. Number 8.
The rice we eating is mezonot.
Rice is mezonot just because of a doubt.
But it's not.
It's not 100% mezonot.
But it's not the.
Al mechia after. Right. It's boren nefashot after.
But if I eat let's say 1 ounce of the mezonot, toki, and I eat 1 plate of the rice, I should
you
say
only say after al mechia al kalkala. Only.
Only. Not nefashot.
Don't say nefashot in this case.
Yeah, but I said, but if
you say eat 1 ounce of bread, mezonot, and 1 ounce of rice, bracha after only ala mechia ala kalkala. Period.
But if I eat something else besides what I'm saying, nefashot also.
Yeah, on the other things, and then say nefashot first. Depends what
if
you
I
eat.
have doubt, if I eat ounce of the mezonot or not.
What you
If
ate?
I have doubt, if I eat the toki.
1 ounce, boren nefashot.
If I'm in doubt.
Anytime you have a doubt, you don't say the bracha after.
Why is it supposed to be bracha levatala? It's also like bracha. You're saying bracha.
So remember, and Hashem said, if you mention my name in vain, I will never clean this avera.
I was enjoying the food and.
So enjoy the food bracha rishona. But bracha acharona, it's only if you eat kazait. If you didn't eat kazait within 7 minutes, you do not say bracha. If you have a doubt, if you eat kazait within 7 minutes, if you have a doubt, you also do not say bracha.
It's bitter taste. We still say Adama.
If you enjoy it, say bracha adama. If you don't enjoy it, there's the shakol covered. I enjoy it. I'm already used to the ginger.
Yeah, so I'm not enjoying it.
Okay, pa'echadi. Very good. Rabotai, we are on number, Bechor 162. 162, number 8. Is there a distinction between newly created substance mixes with other liquids? Says Rav Ovadia, some say since it mixes with other liquids and becomes unnoticeable, it is permissible, and the same applies to soap mixes with water. Remember, Bechor, Yaakov Chitoit, a person is allowed to take bar soap, Shabbat, sabon, he spoils it. I'm saying to Yaakov, why? Because even if you say that liquid that comes out, the foam that comes out of it, he says it's not a problem. Why not? Why that foam is not a problem?
I don't care for it.
Huh? It says number 1, it goes to waste. Second thing, he says that foam only mixes by itself, or there's water mixed with it. Oh.
It's not a real mixture.
If you remember, we said, are you allowed to take ice and put it inside hot chai on Shabbat? You want to cool off the chai?
No problem.
What we said? Bechor? Allowed. Why is it allowed? You melting the ice? We said not allowed to melt ice on Shabbat. That's not kli rishon meir, it's kli sheni shlishi уже. As far as cooking, you are correct. Well, what about as far as melting? You're taking a solid and you turn it into liquid.
Not milk. Your intention is to make coke.
What about this?
Melting by yourself.
By you placing it inside.
Yeah, but your
Ari, come sit next to me.
the intention is not there to melt this one.
What? Computer. Huh? Says Rav Ovadia.
Your intention is not to melt this one. Your intention to make cold tea. That's why. So you have that over there, and then is Rabbanan, and then is the bottom. The bottom result you don't need to.
Lo nichale. Very good. Hagai said the right answer. What's my intention when I put the ice cube inside the water? Inside the hot chai. What's my intention? To melt the ice or to cool off the chai? Cool the chai off. In such a case, it's pasik reshe, b'derabanan, melting is assumed derabanan, that I don't care for the end result. I don't care for it to melt. I care for the chai to become colder. So this equation, pasik reshe derabanan, you don't care for, it is allowed. Got it? Says Rav Ovadia, the same thing right now. Take that concept, Bechor, and if you remember, when Rav Ovadia Yosef says a certain halacha, he doesn't say just one reason, if that's it. Mutar asur. No, that's the way it works. Because on every point you say in Judaism allowed, there's a million opinions says not allowed. Remember, this is welcome to Judaism, right? We have always disputing about different things. So that's how Rav Yosef has to bring more reasons to allow anytime he's giving a certain psak halacha, a certain ruling. Is this clear? So it says, one reason why bar soap is allowed to use on Shabbat is because the bar soap does not get squeezed. Number two reason, even if it gets squeezed, even if you treat that foam that comes out as a squeezed liquid that came out of the soap, says the Avadia, why are you allowed to put the ice inside the drink? Because it gets mixed with other liquid immediately. It says the foam is still the foam also gets mixed with other water right away. So whenever it gets mixed with other water, there is no problem of
Washing.
no problem of melting.
How about letters? A lot of soaps have letters on them.
Lettuce?
Letters.
Oh, letters. Yeah, what's the problem?
I don't know. Erasing the letters is a problem. Understand?
Nah.
Banana.
Very good, Mayor John.
You don't care for.
Very good.
Some bush.
Why? When is erasing Bechor Torah restricted? When is erasing? It's Torah
When
restricted.
it's 2 letters
Two letters for what?
for in like a separate Torah.
Two letters for what purpose? When you erase with intentions
In order to write.
of rewrite. Bechor, you remember in Mishkan, Bet HaMikdash, that was in the desert, that we built. Where did we write over there?
In the parochet.
No.
No, это было.
Where did we write, Igor? Where did we write in the Mishkan, Bet HaMikdash? In the desert.
На палках.
Very good, Chagai, you have a good memory. Remember, we said Napalke.
Да, там, чтобы их нужно
On
было,
the
если
beams.
их можно, оттуда из Аллаха, если тебе нужно стереть, тогда ты можешь стирать, поэтому говорят, что можно raising, чтобы не писать за него.
Very good. Huh?
What's the name?
Krashim.
Rashid.
Torah says there was. Now, why you need to write? Chagai,
What's Karashi?
Chagai, why you need, what's his name? Bechor, why you need to write on the beams of the Mishkan? Why you need to write on them?
To remember.
Oh. Torah says, ועשית את המשכן כמשפטו.
It was,
Make sure,
yes, Atzafon, this, that, so you have to
make
write
sure
down
that
so you
every
make a-
beam that was on the north will stand the north. Any beam that was on the south, 42 times you're going to disassemble, reassemble, and every time it has to be on the north, this will be in the south, this will be in the east, and this is the west. And not only that, it has to be also the first one to the right, or the second one to the right, or the third one to the right. Do not change the location of it. Do not relocate. 42 times, you know what it is? So один раз не спутать. It's very hard. How precise, как точно они это все делали. It's unbelievable. Now, how did they keep track? All the beams look exactly the same.
A1, A2,
Two letters,
Tzafon, Darom.
one letter which side, north, south. Second letter, which location? Number one from the right, number two from the right. так далее. Got it? That's where we got the Shtei Otiyot from. Now, where did we say erasing? It's when did they erase, Meir?
When they need
In
to
order to
change.
write again.
Whenever they made a mistake, they erased the mistake. What's the road? In order to rewrite. Then erasing, it's asur deoraita. But ask Davy, Rabbi, you saying bar soap you're allowed to use on Shabbat? What about erasing? Там же написано дав.
Right, не будешь делать.
Oh, when you are rubbing the bar soap, are you intending to rewrite on this? No. So what level is it is? The Rabbanan. Now, do you care about the erasing or do you care about the foam that comes out?
It's the same thing. The same
What
thing
we
you
back
open
to?
the semichki or something like that, you ripping the otios.
Yeah.
You're not,
What we got back to? That equation. I told you, Bechor. Remember when I told you this equation? Formula? This formula, it's million times will repeat itself. Pasik Reshe, your intention is not to erase the letters, rather is to take the foam, the soap out, to wash your hands. But it's the Rabbanan. Now, do you care for it to get erased or no? No. Therefore, conclusion? Allah.
Это учили год назад тоже на буквах, которые пишут, открывать, закрывать, хочешь машу я.
נכון, אנחנו בחלק שלישי.
Are you allowed
Yeah.
to eat ice for Shabbat or no?
You tell me,
It said only allowed, you put it in the shower, you're allowed to.
why we said you're not allowed to melt ice on Shabbat? If you tell me the two reasons, you'll understand your answer yourself. Rashi said,
Change the
because it looks like you changed.
Freezing, right.
That's Rashba. Rashi said, because looks like you changed, you created the water, right? You had no water here. Everything was ice.
the status.
Suddenly there's water here. Wow, you created something on Shabbat.
Status, right?
So because it looks like, in your mouth, it looks like that? No. So according to Rashi answer is a problem? No. According to Rashba answer, what was the reason you're not allowed to? Because of, if you're gonna allow people to melt ice, Bechor. If you're gonna allow people melting ice on Shabbat, people going to squeeze grapes on Shabbat. Now, can you eat grapes on Shabbat?
Yes.
So if grapes I'm allowed to eat, could I crush the ice in my mouth on Shabbat? How much more so?
Of course.
Got it? So if you know, that's why it's important to learn, not next, quick. Very important to know the reasons behind. You understand? And also a very important day to come every night, because it's a build-up. Every night. Do not, I'm telling you, Rabotai, believe me,
Every day you have to come.
I have a lot of experience teaching in communities. People that do not stick to one class, after 5 years, they look back, they got nothing. One day, Sunday, he's in this class, Monday he's in that class, Tuesday in this class. 5 years passed by, 5 years. Every night he used to go out to learn, he didn't cover nothing at home. He didn't bring anything to his neshama. Everything is empty. You ask him, what did you achieve? 5 years. Не знаю, там интересно что-то было. Something interesting I heard here, heard there. But what's the bottom line? Did you cover any book? Did you feel any accomplishment? Can you look back on the library and say, this book I finished? Can't. That's why I'm telling you, Bechor, learn from Bechor. Bechor here every morning, every night. Every morning, every night. Until 120, Bechor.
He's retired, that's why.
Huh? He's retired. You hear, Bechor?
А что, сработать, что ли?
You okay, guys?
Yeah, he's работает.
Адам решил ваш курс. Когда он сделал оверход. Сказал, будешь после лета свои деньги зарабатывать. Даже если 2 мешка деньги есть, все равно мало. Там твои.
Bechor, he has the best jokes. Well, let's go. Read. Это уберите, пожалуйста. Нас компьютер еще.
Если бы он не согрешил, не хватало. Один день работал в году.
А вы что используете?
Number 9.
Когда в Израиле один виноград 40 лет есть.
Is there, Bechor John, is
There a
there,
difference in a newly created substance is made for a short time or
Beseder.
lasts longer?
Или голос повыше сделайте, чтобы вы слышали.
А вы поближе идете.
или вы поближе будете сидеть? Okay. On top of the above written,
The created thing is only temporary, as it does not last.
long, does not last, yeah, and therefore is permissible. We said that. Number 10. Is it permissible to place in Padagosh Gija? We spoke about this. What is Boit? We said in the morning. What is soap's usage prohibited due to spreading? Now, Bechor, you take the soap, Shabbat, you rub it. What about smearing? Smearing.
It's not smearing, you wash it.
Шерик чего?
The soap?
How you smear
Ты
it?
его же мажешь. Шаббат мажет нельзя.
Doesn't stay.
Against
You don't do it for healing.
Guy for
You do
you.
it for healing.
Bechor kol hakavod. Be'emet kol hakavod. Whenever you're not young and you remember every single detail, בלי עין הרע. God bless you.
Оно же у вас не останется, смоется.
Very good. When do we say a person has prishiki, acne? He wants to wash with a special soap. Shabbat, can you do that?
The special soap stay on it or no?
Yeah, pimple.
Huh? Soap, гуфтам. Не мазь, soap. Мыло.
Боится, да?
Мута.
Allowed or no?
Мута.
Why allowed, Bechor? What about smearing? What about smearing?
It's not smearing, it's
It
going
comes
to
over.
water.
Comes over.
Based on water.
Soap. Поставишь на лицо и уходишь.
А это можно с одеколоном?
Yeah, Jikalan you're allowed. On the face, on the skin, no problem. On the clothes, it's a question.
Unless you put on the clothes before.
Then you make it chazak.
Когда вы брызгаете, он так на кровь попадает.
Oh, you hear what he said?
Надо...
He said, Rabbi, when I put my perfume on my skin, it's definitely gonna leak
Not
on my
liquid,
clothes.
Spray.
Это не
No.
ваш attention, это не ваш attention.
But it's for sure gonna happen.
Рабанан. Consecration.
Hold on. Ni Russian, Bechor.
But by squeezing is also
Question.
jumping on the body.
You jump on this equation right now, Nachon? You said, Rabbi, my intention is to put it on my skin.
Yes.
But I'm telling you, it's automatically, pasikreshe gonna go on the clothes. The Rabbanan. Do you care for the end result?
No.
You don't care for the end result?
Of course you care. How
Of course you care. You want your clothes
You don't smell good.
to smell good.
Not close. Myself.
The clothes you don't want to smell good?
No.
Okay.
It's double kavana, it's dual kavana.
Grandma.
Grama.
Чего грамму?
Indirect.
Tell him, Igor.
Do an action, it doesn't happen right away, it happens after some time.
Why here doesn't happen right away?
By the time it leaks, it's like the water when we said, when you're spilling it to the outside. The whole thing is grandma, it doesn't happen right away.
Шланг.
Also got absorbed.
Remember that?
Да.
Very good. So therefore, if you put it on the skin, allowed, but you cannot put on the skin under the clothes also. You cannot go.
If this spray, but it is not in your things when you spray,
Надо
it's
раздеться
freezing.
догола, облиться керосином и одеться в лак.
Так,
Okay,
что у вас
next.
там творится?
Бехор морковка сейчас откроется. Дам шинит. Okay. Is soap a usage prohibited to do spreading? Okay, 13. Is it permissible to rub spit on the ground with one's foot? Bechor, you went outside, you see somebody spit.
Nasty.
Is he allowed to do that?
No.
Shabbat.
Врик.
Any day not allowed. Not on
Huh?
Если олень туда, а если
No.
нормально...
Allowed or not allowed?
Not allowed.
You see a guy spits and other people see it. That's allowed or no?
Not on Shabbat, Rabbi. Any day it's like this. Not on Shabbat.
Nachon, any day. What is the punishment for somebody that makes other people nasty?
אין לו חלק לעולם
Olam
הבא.
haba, he said.
Serious thing, Bechor.
Chelik olam haba.
No chelik לעולם הבא. You know what it is? No chelik לעולם הבא. It's not a joke. For making making nasty things next to others.
А если нечаянно газ пустил?
You go inside the restroom.
Это ты уже не держишь себя.
За тебя ты там оставил, Hashem Erachem, everything you left over there.
То же самое.
Rabbi, I didn't do it. The guy before me did it. You have evidence that I did it?
А если вот покушали, за собой не убрали?
DNA возьмем.
Whatever, it's a nasty thing. Gemara says, cannot pop a pimple. Pop a pimple, boom. Прыщик, нельзя в
Нужно
шаббат.
громко говорить, чтобы люди слышали.
Huh?
Next to the people, you
Прилюдно
can do.
нельзя.
Yeah, next to people, not allowed to.
Public.
Why? Because you're making people nasty. Something that makes people nasty, you're not allowed to. Got it?
Disgusting.
Now, what if you go Shabbat, you see a guy did it, he doesn't know or he knows, doesn't matter. Can you smear it
Yes.
on the ground?
Yes.
On the ground.
Yes.
Grass on.
On ground, you can smear it?
What's the problem?
Земля, not asphalt. Ground.
When you say
Soil.
ground, sounds like
I made a mistake. Soil.
Засыпать песком.
Не, нельзя.
It's allowed.
Why is not allowed to? It's not allowed to. Soil, on top of soil, земля, you're not allowed to. Ari, why is not allowed to?
Там нельзя, там ты делаешь потом рейзинг.
Вспахивает.
Рейзинг.
So he says because smearing.
You're straightening it.
Oh,
Straightening it.
if you remember what Shulchan Aruch told us, you're not allowed to smear spit on Shabbat because of evening out the ground. Says Magen Abraham, why didn't it say because of smearing?
Like you would do in the grass?
И рабай, а если, например,
Chachas. What about smearing?
Not smearing.
Why not smearing? You had a whole thing over there, a whole
Got absorbed.
patch over there, and you're smearing that.
But it got absorbed.
Oh, says the Magen Avraham, from here we'll learn that when things get absorbed into something else, the laws of smearing does not apply. That's the source. When we say lotions, you're allowed to use on Shabbat or no?
allowed.
Dab it.
Lotions,
No.
allowed to use on Shabbat or
Себя
no?
питается, можно.
Ari, what do you say?
Lightweight.
No.
Lotion.
И можно.
It absorbs inside. Yes.
Nivotak. I want to smear it.
Yes.
Можно.
Allowed.
Depends.
It's
Depends
allowed.
on if it gets absorbed in the skin.
Rabbi,
It's
the
getting
lotion is
all
for
the
absorption.
rabbi is everything.
Good,
It's only for absorption.
good. So therefore,
You allow.
allowed.
So hold on, if you're using oil,
You don't want anymore?
if you're using oil
Yeah.
on Shabbat
Oil?
on the body, so it's allowed.
Yeah.
Because it's getting absorbed.
Even if it doesn't get absorbed, because oil, it always gets flat. It's not because of your action, it's flat.
But the cream sometimes
Cream, it's
cream is
solid.
not good.
Jelly.
Why I'm asking
Because the
question,
cream is solid, the question of smearing arouses, and it says already because it gets absorbed afterwards, it's also no problem.
Why I'm asking this question because sometimes Shabbat is mikveh day.
Yeah, and he wants to
Some
put oil.
woman coming they want to put oil
No
or
problem.
they want to put cream.
No problem. If it gets,
So the cream, if this not
Cream
getting
gets absorbed,
if
cream.
this get absorbed, it's utar.
problem.
If this not getting absorbed, it's staying on the skin.
now
so
when
it's
we
not
say gets absorbed or not, what does it mean? That you don't see it? That как будто никогда не было? Look, you look at this hand, right? If you're gonna put right now on this cream, before and after, you're gonna see there is это,
I
lotion?
wasn't that.
Lotion, you're gonna see or no?
Some residue might
There is
stay.
some you see.
Of course,
Some-
all of them you're gonna see.
Some you might
What does
stay.
it mean that we don't see? This is what people get confused.
Rub it in, no?
Huh?
Rub it in.
After I rub it in, right?
It's done.
If I look at his hand, would I notice that it was
Blistashable.
lotion here? Of course, it's gonna be tender, it's gonna be
Shiny.
softy, it's gonna be look liquidy,
Shine.
right? No crack. So whenever we say there is no layer stays behind, does it mean that there is no any mentioning to this cream ever? So on dissolved? No. What's the proof?
If you don't see.
Because Shulchan Aruch, את המגן אברהם said on the Shulchan Aruch that when you see a spit on the ground, on the soil, you're not allowed to smear it because of evening out the soil. Soil is something you can even out, and evening out ground on Shabbat is the first stage of building. Right? When you build something, you first have to even out the ground. So because evening out the ground is not allowed on Shabbat because of building, not allowed to smear that. Says Magen Avraham, why not because of smearing? Says because it gets absorbed. Let me ask you a question. After you absorbed it in the ground, right? Would you still see stain of that mark, maybe I should say, of that spit that was
It's
before?
depend. It's
Of
depend.
course you will see it
No, it's
because
depend.
it's liquidy. You just put on a dry soil
It's too much soil. You
at
don't see.
spit, and you even it out. Would you see that it was a mark over there or no?
Yeah, mark
Yeah.
in the
So when we say that it gets absorbed, what does it mean? That there is no any residue of it? There is no any remnants of it?
But bottom line, all the oil.
The answer is there is remnants of it. Because we see in the spit, of course, for sure going to be remnants over there. And nevertheless, says Rav Yosef, says Magen Avraham,
But it's not a layer.
no problem because the substance, the tangible thing gets absorbed.
Yeah, the layers.
Bottom line, all the oils and the cream is allowed. I mean, it's
Yeah.
gonna get absorbed.
Unless
Vaseline
stuff
gel is
or
not allowed.
Vaselino. Vaseline, they say
gel.
doesn't get absorbed.
It's thick. It's a thick layer.
How about
You want to dab it.
all time?
Johnny
You
Shmo.
want to dab it.
unless it's for therapeutic.
Parasha, Ini dai boch, ni dai boch.
That's also that's
Not allowed, Johnny Khalfish. To put gel on Shabbat, it's not allowed to.
Крем можете поставить, крем.
But then
Don't learn from Bechor.
if the cream is for therapeutic,
Okay, Rabotai, Parasha, let's go.
If
15.
if it's-
Bechor, we'll have to number 15.